Alright, so it's 18:33 p.m. and it's an About Me video. I thought about doing this video for a couple weeks now. I just never wrapped my head around the whole fucking concept, so I'm sitting here dawdling on about how cool it is and random things that popped up. I'm like, fuck, I want to do it. So, this is about AEW. Yes, wrestling. Yes, I watch it again. Yeah. So, first off, I want to give a massive shout out to Wrestling Bios for inspiring this video. Because I've been watching his stuff on Reliving the War and all the backstories and shit, and it really opens up much more to what I didn't know back then. Because back then I was diehard WWF. Now that I've been watching Reliving the War and all his stuff, definitely, understandably, like a love-hate deal with WCW, honestly. Like in terms of product, WCW definitely was nice, but it had its issues and shit. And both companies did, honestly. But like I look at all the wrestlers that were around and shit, and it's like, damn. You know, how did some of them get misutilized and then shoved away and gone? Sucks. But like with AEW, like I really like how AEW comes off. And I know I did a video called Wrestling before, and I was just, everything I liked and shit. But this is a much more in-depth kind of deal. So, AEW for me is a combination of WWF, WCW, definitely, TNA, WSX. Yes, I watched that shit on MTV as well. I remember that. Definitely Ring of Honor. I only watched Ring of Honor maybe a few times. And a little bit of ECW at the same time. But definitely AEW really has a chance of beating WWE in ratings easily. I'm just been sitting here trying to rattle my head how they could beat a 15.2 rating that was established back in the 80s. And then I remembered that with TNA, like all their pay-per-views used to be straight pay-per-view, and then they started airing them on Spike TV. And I was like, that's stupid. Kind of dumb in retrospect, but yeah. And I think it's kind of sad that AEW is leaving TNT. Well, Dynamite's leaving TNT. And they're going to TBS. So it'll be like the old days of Thunder on TBS, which will be interesting. And I found that I was watching, as I was watching Reliving the War, I noticed that two things financially, from a financial standpoint, killed WCW. That was Glacier's entrance, which was a total of about $500,000 back then. That's expensive back then. Whew. And then Thunder itself, which was $450,000 per episode that got taken out of Nitro. And that's paraphrasing what Wrestling Bio said. So yeah, you take that, you take both of them combined and round it up, it's about $1 million that they bled out of WCW. That's fucking crazy. But then you have AEW, and they really do utilize their talent a lot better. And you really can tell they really do utilize it a lot better. You have fresh faces, you have shorter feuds, longer feuds, and you have all these programs for AEW. It's amazing. And I was thinking, if this shit came out in the 90s, AEW would be bankrupt within a month. God. If it didn't catch on, it would totally be bankrupt within a month. Easily. You have Dynamite, Rampage, Dark Elevation, A Shot with Brandy, Roads to the Top, So you have all them shows, and where the hell would they be on what networks too? I mean, maybe a shot with Brandy would survive on Food Network. This is just me spitballing and shit. Maybe if it came out, if this all came out in the '90s, it might survive on Food Network. It would be an interesting prospect for a wrestling show to be on the Food Channel. Be interesting to see. Um, I don't know where the others would go. Honestly, TBS and TNT, I guess. But you'd have to compete, and it'd be hard. What else do I like? I like that there's not a reliance on any old school wrestlers. Honestly, that's really nice. I mean, with the exceptions of Sting, Punk, because I did come back for Punk. Man, I love CM Punk. Like, he's so damn good. Um, but yeah, there's not a whole lot of old ones there. Billy Gunn, that's about it. Tully's old. I don't know who the fuck he is though. Um, but yeah, retrospectively, I was diehard WWF, but now that I'm older, I'm more WCW, honestly. Like, I'm more pro WCW than I was anti WCW back then. Because I was like, nothing beats WWF. And I'm like, ugh. But what makes it really intriguing is that, um, there's a nice balanced flux of superstars in AEW. And I'm mentioning this a lot. I'm also tired, but I'm awake. But you have that nice balance. There's not, spotlight on old grudges and shit. There's a whole lot of new shit going on. I like that. I like the TBS championship. That's going to be a lot of fun to fuck with. Um, and there's also not a lot of title belts. That's a good fucking thing too. Oh man. I still miss the European title, the hardcore title, the light heavyweight belt, and what else was there? There was another belt I liked. I think that was about it, honestly, from WWF days. Because they had so many cool belts and shit, and then they quietly retired them for whatever fucking reason. So stupid. But yeah, AEW only has a few belts. I like that. Like, keep it small and simple. And one of the best things that makes this whole deal with AEW smarter is that, they open the door to other promotions like Ring of Honor. They're signed with TNT or whatever TNT. TNA. Whatever their deal is with TNA. Um, and what's cool about Ring of Honor is that, since they're on hiatus, their roster has open contracts, so they can wrestle for whoever and still get paid by Ring of Honor. Or they can get double pay, which is nice. Back then, that wouldn't have flown. Nobody would have gone for that shit. Hell no. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed, seeing how WCW worked back then, or how both of them worked back then. Because, man, it's amazing. And it's also sad at the same time. You see how so many of them were pushed to the top, and then you see how many were pushed to the fucking bottom, and then just kicked out of the company because they weren't good enough. But the one thing that really stood out the most was how lazy WCW got with NWO. Yeah. I mean, it's really sad that they didn't even have an end game in sight. Like between all the reincarnations of NWO, like they didn't really try hard enough. They didn't think that it would ever end. And that was one of their biggest downfalls. Not just, NWO, but also money financially from a financial standpoint. And how they didn't really care about the talent. There's like NWO for life. I'm like, yeah, I get that. It's cool. But you have other talent on the roster. Ugh. One of the things that I thought of doing, this was, and this would have helped rating, this would have helped every promotion, was to have an inner promotional pay-per-view deal that would run the entire fucking year. Like every pay-per-view, all the belts would be on the line for different matches, and then you'd have different champions every month. Or throughout the whole year, there'd be different champions crowned and whatnot from every promotion, because all the promotions would be involved with New Japan, WCW, WWF, ECW, TNA, Ring of Honor, all that shit. It'd be a lot of fun. And it would really get, multiple outlets involved in one big thing. But it would never happen. But it would still be a lot of fun to see. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing AEW do a joint promotion with New Japan Wrestling. That'd be cool shit to see. But then when I look back in retrospect with how the Monday Night War ended, it's really sad because, Vince bought WCW, so that whole locker room was literally in jeopardy, aside from the NWO, who had paid contracts to stay home. And most of them didn't know where the fuck to go. They really didn't know. And it's really scary because you never really, as a kid, it's like, oh wow, this is happening. And if you were a diehard WCW fan, it really hurt you deep down because you're like, what the fuck happens now? And most of them didn't have a plan B. Yeah, most of them didn't have a plan B. Or maybe they did. I don't know. I'm just saying most because, that's the whole fucking roster that's left. Whereas some of them had a plan B, but it didn't really take fruition. And you look at how they all turned out. Most of them, they went from WCW to ECW for a while. Then they went to Ring of Honor, or they joined the indie circuit, or they just retired, or they came back to WWF for a while, and then they got fired or retired. It's just really sad. And then a bunch of them jump started with TNA, and then TNA took off. So yeah, it was rough. Like looking back, it was really rough watching all this shit. I think I'm only like halfway through this shit anyway, but just stuff that I've learned, it's pretty amazing. It's really wild. And then I look at AEW and I'm hoping that, AEW doesn't fuck up, what they've got going on now. I mean, they have a very amazing roster. I love their women's division. The women's division is very amazing, and I love it. It's very what's the word? It's very diverse. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely something to really check out and really enjoy. The rest of the roster, they're good. Like I said, I like everybody for the most part because it's interesting to see, where they're at now versus where they'll be, say, 5 years from now. Because you know what happens, a lot of them after a while they're like, yeah, we'll stay, and then they'll go to WWE. Yeah. It's really strange to see, and it's also fun to compare the past to the future because it's interesting to see how it's picking up and whatnot. I just hope with this jump, with this shift to TBS, that it doesn't fuck them up and shit. But who knows? Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Oh my. But yeah, I do love wrestling though. I just don't like WWE anymore. Nah. That has become a very hollowed version of itself. Like the last time I watched, I mentioned this in my wrestling video, was when Daniel Bryan injured his fucking neck. Like, and then he comes back, I'm fine. It's just like I hate that shit. Like, oh, I'm injured, I'm retiring forever. Like Ric Flair, I'll never retire. Yeah, okay. I do not like Ric Flair. I really don't. Ever since that Dark Side of the Ring episode, hell no. But I will say this about his ass. Hmm. This has been in my head for weeks too. He might be a straight up rapist and shit because he has that. He looks like he has that tendency, especially with Dark Side of the Ring. But I bet he'd take a dildo up the ass, unlike Meatloaf would. If you don't get that reference, I'll explain. Meatloaf's hit single, I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. The won't do that, he wouldn't take a dildo up his ass. Ric Flair, though, he might take a dildo up his ass for love. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't like Ric Flair. Even when I was watching wrestling back then, I didn't care for him. I don't know. And then rewatching all the Horseman promos and shit, like, yeah, he does the same fucking shit every promo. Woo, woo, throws his coat on the floor and all that shit. Stupid strut, every fucking thing. It's annoying. It's like watching. I'm trying to think who was the worst on the mic. I don't know. I can't remember who had the worst mic skills. Somebody out. Oh, Armando Estrada. That motherfucker. Yeah, between the two of them, Flair was the worst. Oof, man. Uh, I was surprised to see Vicky Guerrero in AEW. That surprised me. I was like, why is Vicky in AEW? Because the last I saw her, she was backstage helping the divas and shit. Ouch. I'm nuts. Um, well, speaking of backstage, I'm surprised Joey Styles wasn't signed up for AEW. That would have been fun. Oh my god, I miss him on the announced team. Fuck. Ugh. But I do like the announce team for AEW. You got JR, you got Tony Schiavone, you got Excalibur, whoever the fuck he is. Um, and I really am surprised. I'm so surprised JR signed up with AEW. It's amazing. Um, I definitely think Joey Styles should have been signed up too. Oh man, that would have been fun. Oh, it would have been so much fun to hear the three of them arguing and bitching back and forth. Oh my god, it would have been fun. Oh man, that would have been dope. But yeah, I'm surprised they didn't get up Mike Tenay. I like Mike Tenay. He's one of my favorite announcers. When I grew up, yeah, when I was growing up watching TNA, this was my 20s. Yeah, my 20, yeah. Because I watched TNA when it was on Fox Sports Network and ESPN. The little half hour shorts and whatnot. Um, but yeah, I love Mike Tenay. Like, he was so good. Him and Don was, but Mike more than Don, for sure. Um, but yeah, he's retired now. And I was flipping around on YouTube and found a bunch of other wrestling vids and stuff, and man, it's sad seeing superstars I grew up with. They're so old now. Some are in great shape, some are in bad shape. Some of them look just really fucking weird. Oh man, some of them look so weird. But it's time. Age takes a toll. Sooner or later, I'll be like, yeah, welcome to my channel. How you doing? This will all be fucking gray and white. I'll be an old son of a bitch on this channel, still doing shit. Oh man. Welcome to my channel. How you doing? I'm a T-fuck. Oh, 1 minute. How you doing today? Oh, I don't know. Do I think AEW will take over in the ratings war? Definitely. It'll take a long time for them to find that formula, the right formula. Um, I mean, they're doing good with the formula they got now. They're still in their infancy. They're still a baby company. They're not even 5 years old yet. When they started in 2019, so in 2024 they'll be 5 years old. Hopefully, by the time they hit 5 years old, they'll have that formula, and hopefully by then they'll have overtaken WWE in the ratings really good. Hopefully, but we'll see. Who knows? I mean, I remember every time Raw. This was so annoying. Raw was Jump Networks. It drove me nuts. TNN, Spike TV, USA. Oh my god. But I always liked them on USA the most. USA was lenient with time. Like, they would run over, like. Oh Christ, what was the longest match that ran over? I think half a fucking hour. Yeah, there were a couple that ran over 30 minutes. And USA was gracious about time. You do that shit on Spike TV, like, cut off. And then you don't know what the fuck happened. Because when that happened back then on Spike TV, there was never an instant replay. They never showed you what happened the following night. Or if you wanted to know what happened, you had to tune in to SmackDown on Thursday or Friday. And the announce team would sit there and be like, oh yeah, this is what happened, that's what happened, blah, blah, blah. Or you had to wait till next Monday night on Raw, and maybe they had video footage. Good grief. I'm still surprised by all the stuff that was lost that was supposedly lost to time and people didn't know anything about, and then boom, Wrestling Bios found the footage and stuff that was on a network. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. Will I subscribe to WWE Network? Fuck no. I'm good. uh, that's one. I like and love his POV on the war. It's beautiful. You know, he doesn't sugarcoat shit. He makes so many goddamn jokes. I love his humor. It's beautiful. And he gives an unbiased opinion on the whole thing. I love that. He'll give you, like, he's a lot like me with my perspective. He'll give you his perspective. He'll show WCW Creative's perspective, WWF's perspective, the wrestlers' perspectives, and fan input as well. I like that. How amazing is that? And the fan input is usually the random signs in the audience. And the random fans throughout as well. Oh my god. But yeah. I mean, a lot of shit has changed over the years, and you can tell how much has changed. Like back then, the entranceways for Raw and WCW were narrow, so fans could like reach out and stuff and grab it at the talent coming out. And man, ooh, that's like claustrophobia, especially if you don't like being touched. Whereas WCW had a wider ramp, and fans, you know, they couldn't really reach out and stuff. AEW went with WCW's perspective, which is nice, and that's good. Um, I don't know. It's really hard to pick like who my top AEW perspectives are that I really enjoy. I will say I do think one of at least I think at least three, and that's a low number. Three of the originals they'll end up going to WWE or Ring of Honor in the future. At least three. Just three. That's a low number. I won't say like 10 or so. I'll be like, nah, let me lowball it. Just three of them. I don't know who they'll be, but three. Just, it's a feeling. Like, yeah, AEW is firing on all cylinders and shit, but I think after a while, once they're on all cylinders and they're comfortable enough and they're, you know, like, hey, I could do a lot better, they'll leave. Um, who are my favorites right now? Malachi Black. I like him. He's really good. I'd like to see him in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Um, yeah, Malachi, Kenny Omega. Um, who's the one chick I liked? Um, I can't think of her fucking name. Not Jade. Well, yeah, Jade's cool. Um, oh, she just won 50 matches. Her, yeah, the Asian chick. I can't think of her name. But yeah, her. Uh, Surprised to see Serena. Wow, what a difference. Whew, that was crazy. Who knows? Maybe Straight Edge Society will come back. Short lived as that shit was. Um, who else do I like? Jungle Boy's cool. Luchasaurus is awesome. Um, Darby. MJF is like on the fence with me, honestly. Like he feels good, but he definitely feels still green. Like he hasn't like really gone all out just yet. Brian Pillman Jr. I definitely want to see him just snap like his dad. And I don't mean in a bad way. I mean just like break away from the tag team and just go solo. Be a lot of fun to see how that works. I said that before in the video. Who else was there? I don't know. I'd be surprised if AJ Styles signed with AEW. I'd be very surprised. I'm actually surprised a lot of the TNA talent hasn't signed with AEW. But then again, most of them are probably with Ring of Honor or New Japan or TNA exclusive. But who knows? I do see a lot of WWE talent coming to AEW though, down the road. It'll take time, but they'll get there. Because it's so fucking funny. I still can't believe how many people have been fired from WWE for no goddamn reason, except for like they're not good enough. Same shit. Shades of the Monday Night War. I mean, it's really sad that WWE doesn't realize how much good talent they have, and then they just kick it to the curb because it isn't good enough for them. Oh well. At least AEW recognizes they have great talent and they want to utilize that and really build up on that shit. It's nice. And AEW has such a great fucking pace, too. I love that shit. Like, it doesn't drag on. It doesn't, peter out. It doesn't drop at any point. It's just really good shit. I like the one sign from last week. Some fan made a sign that said, what did they say? I want or I'll let you take a cowboy shit on my chest. I love fucking fans, man. Always with the creative signs. I love it. Oh god, that was funny. And then backstage when Darby was getting interviewed by Tony, who was that? I think it was Young Bucks, one of them. One of them said, I like turtles. And Darby like cracked a smile and tried not to break his shit. Like smart. And then it'll be them rabid diehard fans like, oh, is Darby the turtle boy? Oh, let me research this. He might be. Gotta be funny as shit. Like, yeah, I said I like turtles when I was little, and now I skateboard and kick ass in the ring. Love it. Oh, man. But yeah, AEW is really healthy, and I like how healthy it is. And they aren't fucking around either, which is nice. Like, they're not fucking up their roster, they're not screwing around and shit. And you have all these different programs to check out, and you're gonna have your different branches of AEW fans growing up now. You're gonna have ones that are like, oh, I'm a diehard Dynamite fan. Oh, I'm a diehard Rampage fan. I'm a diehard Dark or Elevation fan. Or I like Rose to the Top the best. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. It's awesome. And it's amazing. Like, it's just crazy. And you get Dark for free on YouTube. That's beautiful. Shit. And you get so much out of it. And it's a good thing that you get that much out of it because, like when you watch different promotions, you realize how bad they're handling shit. And it's like, I hope they don't turn out like WCW did. Ugh. And I like how the central focus isn't on The Elite, it's on everybody else as well. That's a beautiful thing. Like they shift, and that's good. And I like the cameras mounted on the posts too. I'm surprised nobody's kicked that fucker off yet. Oh man. I'd laugh if that happened. Oh my god, that'd be so funny. Or one of them goes to sit on the top rope and they actually sit on the camera and break it. It's like, oh, that's cute. Oh man. But yeah, it's nice that they have that in ring, that close in ring action. I love that shit. Um, but yeah, I'm anxious to see who's going to be AEW champion in like 5 years. I don't think. I'm surprised with the tournament that Punk wasn't in it, but then again, I guess they're waiting. I guess he's waiting to do that down the road. Like he said, he just wants to fuck with talent in the back, which is nice. That's smart. That's good for him. Um, I don't know. I'm excited to see what the hell happens in a few years and how it goes. Will I ever watch WWE again? Maybe it'll be just like the old days where eventually Tony Khan buys WWE and I'll watch the last episode of Raw and SmackDown. Sad. That's a trip though. WWE had so many shows back then. They had Livewire, Sunday Night Heat. Uh, what was the other one? There was another one. I want to say Hot something, but that's not right. I don't remember, and I'm not reaching for my laptop, so fuck that. But yeah, I remember Livewire. And also, they had Superstars. They had Saturday Night's Main Event. Um, Christ, if they brought that shit back, I guarantee you that fucker would probably get rating wise with what they have now. I'll be nice. They might get a 6 in the ratings. Maybe a 6. I don't know. I do like how AEW's pay per views are on a Saturday versus a Sunday. That's nice. I haven't watched any of them yet, though. I'm lazy. That, I don't really want to pay for it. I'm just cheap like that. Um, I want to get some AEW figures, but my Walmart doesn't have any. All they have is the ring and 2 figures. And the title belt. Not even any fucking pops, man. Oh, man. So sad. But I am going Christmas shopping next month, so I'll probably look around and see if I can find anything. Because you know how toy aisles are, they're never in stock. God. Um. I don't know. I just like how more loose AEW is versus WWE. Like WWE, you can really tell they really push down their talent and don't let them flourish like they should, which is really sad. Ugh. It's like, let the motherfucker breathe. Let them do what they want. But, oh well. So, yeah, I've rambled enough. It's already we're 40 minutes on this video. So, yeah. I don't know. But, I am excited for Dynamite this week and Rampage as well. So, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go get a shower because I haven't had a bath today. I stink. I reek. I smell so horrible, but there's probably somebody in the viewing universe that thinks about how stinky I smell and how good it might be and how it might turn them the fuck on. So I'm gonna get off here, see who the fuck messaged me, because I have my channel on D&D and people probably messaged me. So, I'll be back whenever the fuck this week, sometime, I don't know. I'll let you know. You'll find me. You'll see me. Till next time, like and subscribe for thoughts and prayers. I might have another wrestling video and shit in case I remember more stuff. Just in case. Throw it out there, so. Toodles.